Hey there, dear friends. I'm Sam. Today I'm going to dive deep into the unique charm of Chinese cooking. We'll be making a Chinese style steak, and I'll show you how physical tenderizing and special marinating techniques can keep the steak tender, even when it's fully cooked. Ready to get started? Let's do this together. First off, we'll slice the beef about the width of your finger, like this piece of tenderloin I've got here. Of course, if you prefer, you can opt for other cuts that are tender and have less connective tissue. Then, we're gonna use the back of the knife to gently tap it. No need to hammer away, just a light touch will do. What we're doing is actually breaking down the muscle fibers, making the steak even more tender. Once one side is done, we'll flip it over and continue tapping. This not only tenderizes the meat, but also increases its surface area, making it easier for the marinade to penetrate, which really enhances the flavor of the steak. This method of tenderizing, whether it's beef or pork, is a common pre-treatment in Chinese cooking. All right, let's move on to marinating the beef. We're gonna add some baking soda for an extra tender touch. Then, we'll throw in some soy sauce to give the beef a nice base flavor. We'll add water in 2 batches, allowing the beef to fully absorb the moisture and stay juicy. See how quickly the beef soaks it all up? Next, we sprinkle in some cornstarch, which forms a protective layer on the beef, helping to lock in that moisture. Finally, we drizzle some cooking oil over it and give it a good mix with our hands. Let's set it aside to rest for 15 minutes. Next up, we're whipping up a sweet and sour sauce. I'm using 3 tablespoons of rock sugar, adding 4 tablespoons of hot water to it. We'll melt it in the microwave in a few batches until it's fully dissolved. Rock sugar not only makes the dish look more appealing, but it's also a healthier alternative to regular sugar. Then we'll add 4 tablespoons of ketchup, which complements the typical sweet and sour elements found in Chinese cooking, adding layers of flavor to our steak. We'll also add half a tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, and half a teaspoon of salt, mixing everything together until it's nice and smooth. Next up, I've got our veggies all prepped. We've got half an onion sliced up. Turn up the heat, then add in 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Once you see a slight wisp of smoke, it's time to lay in the steaks one by one. I've got 6 steaks here, so we'll need to pan fry them in 2 batches. As soon as the edges start to change color, give them a flip and keep searing. We're going to cook them with the sauce later on, so we only need them to be about 70% done for now. Set the burner to medium heat and add 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. Toss in the onions and take your time, slowly sautéing them. Once the onions start to become translucent, keep stirring until they turn a nice golden brown. Crank it up to medium-high heat and pour in the sweet and sour sauce we prepared earlier. Bring it to a boil until the sauce thickens up. Then add in our seared steaks. Coat the steaks evenly with the sauce, and if you're not a fan of fully cooked steak, you can simply drizzle the sauce over the steak separately. Our Chinese-style steak is ready to go. It's sweet and sour, absolutely delicious. Even fully cooked, the steak remains tender. It's a great dish to try out for family gatherings. Thanks for cooking along with me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tasty recipes. Happy cooking, and see you next time.